Today on Paranormal Insights, we're going to look at healing from past lives.
And we have a question from Mary Beth. She wants to know if when a relative passed to the other side, are they still around in spirit?
And a quick look at Aroma Therapy. I'm Joseph Ernest Martin, and I'm here with my co-host, Linda Potter. Linda is a hypnotist with a specialty in guided meditation and past life regression. She's also the author of a wonderful new book, The Miracle of Self-Healing.
An award-winning author for over 20 years, my co-host, Joseph Ernest Martin, is author of the international bestseller, The Quest to Row, and the recipient of the Visionary Award of Excellence.
And we're going to be looking at healing from past life issues. This is really a great topic because I see people all over the United States who have issues, both psychological and physical, that they can't seem to peg the cause of.
That's so true. When you have an issue going on with you physically, the last thing a lot of people are even going to entertain the thought of is if it could be coming from a past life.
And past life issues can often manifest in ways that are baffling or that start from childhood, from even like no logical reason whatsoever.
Oh yeah, depression is a big one of those. They bring it into this life like a little red wagon from an issue back in 1400.
In most world cultures, the idea of having lived before is not an extraordinary thought. Many cultures hold a belief of having lived many lifetimes. Benjamin Franklin said, "I believe that the soul of man is immortal and will be treated with justice in another life, respecting its conduct in this." Most of us on the planet today have lived many past lives. So many of us lived in lifetimes that were both great and small. And because of the energetic connection that we have to all living things, many of us experience the lessons from not only our past lives, but the lives of others. What are some of the ways you can know if you've lived before? You might be visiting a place for the first time and instinctively know what is around the corner. You might meet someone for the first time and know instantly that you either love them or hate them, and for no rational reason. You might be on a trip to a new country or destination and feel so at home that you can't imagine leaving. These can be indicators of having lived before. And these feelings are considered bleed-through emotions that are actually coming from a past life. If you don't feel that you're sensitive enough to know this and you are still curious about your own past lives, you can see a professional past life regressionist like Linda, or you can see a psychic worker that has experience in past life work like myself, and you can start reading about the topic of past lives. So when you do see someone, you have a rational basis of understanding of the past life process. There are literally hundreds of books you could read on this topic. One great book is You Have Been Here Before. A psychologist looks at past lives by Dr. Edith Fiore. Wonderful. Now, you might be hearing this and ask, why should I even care about looking into past lives? And that is a very valid question. For most of us, we have mysteries or questions about our health, our love, and our livelihood. Understanding our past lives can bring healing and closure to old chapters of who we are and bring peace to who we are today. When I found out that in a few past lives I was hung by the neck until dead by people who wrongly accused me, it freed me from the terrible feeling that something was choking me and healed me in such a way that I was able to wear neckties and feel perfectly safe while wearing them. And honestly, whether I've truly lived before or not, if the knowledge of a past life heals me in this lifetime, then I'm thrilled to receive a healing in any way that it comes. Give the idea of having lived before some space in who you are, and you may find that your current life becomes richer and fuller because of it.
The only way you know if you've had past life issues, if you have current life problems, because that's how past life issues reveal themselves. Whether it's physical or emotional, chances are your current life issue has its roots in a past life experience. So how does this work? Let's address the emotional issue of the fear of speaking in public. A common cause of this issue is a past life experience of being ridiculed or killed for speaking your truth in a public space. That experience in a past life would set you up in this life to be very uncomfortable when speaking anywhere around a group of people. In fact, you might even be phobic about public speaking and could even have an issue with stuttering. So how do you heal from a past life experience? One very successful method is to consciously go after it in a past life regression. A past life regression is a simple process of relaxing your body and allowing your mind to retrieve the past life information from your subconscious. Your subconscious is the storehouse of your soul's memory. All of the experiences you've ever had in every life you've ever lived are contained within this storehouse. All you have to do is relax and go get it. So let's say you've retrieved a past life experience in 1796 where you were making a public statement in the town square, and the statement didn't go over really well with your audience. In fact, the townspeople began to ridicule you and throw stones, causing you great public embarrassment and physical injury. And because of that traumatic experience, the rest of that life you lived completely out of the public eye, never overcoming your fear. In retrieving this past life information, for the first time you've become consciously aware of the root cause of your public speaking fear in this life. It's at this juncture that you make the conscious decision to let the past life issue go, releasing your phobia, fully recognizing that that was then and this is now a very different life. There are different methods of healing from past life issues, past life regression being one of them. Some people find that having a psychic reading to address their past lives is very beneficial. If the psychic identifies the root cause of your current life problem from the past life, your soul will resonate to that truth, and you can most certainly heal from it. Or maybe, just maybe, the powerful tool of relaxing with a visualization is more to your liking. This method can be ideal for the purpose of letting go of a past life issue that isn't too deeply rooted. It's a case of giving your fear, phobia, or health issue a form and visualizing the release of it. Healing from past life issues is key in freeing yourself from current life problems. Whatever method you choose, if you're addressing your past lives, you're well on your way to a healing.
You know, I really like this topic because healing is what it's really about. And healing from past life issues is such a great way to identify where some of these things can come from and where they stem from, so that we can finally get rid of that old residual energy. Mm-hmm.
If your issue is very deeply rooted, no matter what you do, likely it's going to stay with you until you, I call it picking up the corner of the rug and sweeping it out.
Well, you know, sweeping it out is a very good thing to do. For myself, you know, we all have our own issues. And when I was younger, I used to sleep with a little stuffed tiger around my neck. I didn't know why, but it made me feel safe and protected, and then I could fall asleep at night. When I got older, it was kind of like I couldn't wear shirts that buttoned around my neck. I just felt like I was choking or strangling. Never knew why. It made no sense. No one tried to choke me or strangle me. And it wasn't until I was an adult that it really came that this came from a past life issue again and again and again of being hung by the neck until dead. When I released that, understood it, then I could wear ties, I could button a shirt, I could be comfortable with things around my neck because that energy no longer needed to be healed or dealt with. It was recognized, it was assimilated into who I am.
And that's so interesting that you talk about as a child, because children, especially children below the age of 5, have this ability to understand about their past lives. I recently had a friend ask her child, I said, ask your child about past lives and see what she says to you. And this mother, who didn't even know if she believed in past lives herself, questioned her 3.5-year-old. And the little girl stated to her mother, she said, I died in yucky water and you were my daughter and daddy was my son. And she went on to tell this tale. Now, some people could look at that and say, well, that just doesn't seem real. But this mother was like somebody put her fingers in an electrical socket. When I saw her the next day, she said, oh my God, I really think she had a past life.
Well, you know, the past life issues, I think, also can have to do with like people, not ourselves specifically. I know that a long time ago, I was working for a telecommunications company, and I had a boss that I just felt this incredible opposition with. I felt like at work she was trying to kill me, and honestly at work I felt like I wanted to kill her too. And when I explored that with my master psychic teachers, it was an issue where this person in another lifetime had been male and took such delight in killing me that I remembered that sardonic grin in this lifetime, and I immediately felt defensive. And, you know, I would love to say I'm more spiritual, but I felt like I wanted to kill her back. I didn't, by the way. I totally just handled her in a good way. But it took me, to be quite honest, it took me years to figure out how to release that energy because it involved violent death.
There are so many experiences that we've had in so many lifetimes. You figure if you've lived 20, 30, 40, 50 lifetimes, which is not uncommon, in every lifetime you had to die a certain way. And in every lifetime we're in to do a different experience, a different life lesson. So if in one life you're hung by the neck, as you experienced, you may have problems with neck ties or tight shirts or turtlenecks. That's a no-brainer. But sometimes it's a little more obscure. Sometimes it's more of the phobic type of situation where you can't stand near the edge of a cliff, let's say, because you get this huge terror that comes through you because possibly you were tossed off of a cliff or fell off of a cliff in another lifetime. And it's peace of mind that comes to you when you realize that, oh my God, it's not that I'm crazy. It's simply because I had a past life, and just maybe you can heal from that phobia as well.
Well, you know, I know it took me a long time to integrate that energy into myself so that I could actually manifest that healing. I'm really curious because this is really your specialty and forte. What are some of the ways that you have done work with people that has made that process faster so maybe it won't take 2 or 3 years to get that healing yourself?
Yes. It really doesn't take 2 or 3 years to get a healing. If you're going to get a healing from a past life regression, it's going to be within a 6-month window. It's usually immediate to varying degrees that you'll get this kind of a healing. And it's digging out what it was. It's like lifting up the carpet and sweeping all the dirt out, illuminating it, and seeing where is it where it all began. And when you consciously connect with the root cause, it's the juncture for the healing. But it's very important that you really do want to let it go, because sometimes someone really has embraced that issue in this lifetime like an old friend and they don't want to let go of it. That's usually not the case. But you recognize it, release it, and you're on your way to your healing.
Well, you know, I know that myself, that I had resistance toward the healing at first, but am so relieved to not only have had a healing, but now being able to help other people with healing their past life issues too.
Oh, and as a psychic, what I love is that you're able to actually do that by rooting out the cause. And the wonderful thing is you can't BS the soul, and it wants to heal you. If your psychic tells you that it came from a past life in Egypt where you were buried in a tomb and you have claustrophobia in this life, chances are his telling you is going to lift the veil of the healing for you.
And healing is what it's all about, no matter how it comes.
No matter how it comes.
Here with Ginger and Raven's Croft Essentials. This is an amazing line of aromatherapy products. Now, people are going to say, okay, aromatherapy, I know what aroma means, but what is aromatherapy?
Aromatherapy is essential oils from all the most delicious things on the planet. Flower petals and leaves and bark, orange rinds, lemon rinds, things like this. And what I do is I get the best quality organic single notes on the planet, and then I make special blends for people for specific things. So
No, see, that sounds just wonderful to smell. You know, but a lot of things smell nice. Why would I be interested in essential oils?
it's a very concentrated version of all the most lovely things we smell. So like if you smell a rose, yeah, it's really delicious.
Yeah.
Get an essential oil, it's like smelling, you know, a big truckload of roses. It's very concentrated and delicious, and produce serotonin, make you happy. Lavender produces melatonin, makes you sleepy.
Isn't the magic word serotonin? So what you're sharing with me is that some of these oils actually make you feel better.
Correct.
And so how would that work?
For instance, lavender actually releases melatonin to help you slip to sleep, whereas jasmine, rose, sandalwood, frankincense, things like this is high in something called sesquiterpene compound. So when you sniff it, it actually stimulates the limbic region of the brain and produces serotonin, happy juice.
So this sounds like there's a lot of science behind it. Is that true? There is.
A lot of research.
A lot of research.
Wonderful chemists that have found what all of the herbs do for us, so yeah.
If I'm using aromatherapy, like at home or in the office, what might I expect as a result of doing this?
I have something called elevation of mind. If you breathe it in, it actually clears all the petrochemicals that surround the receptor sites in the brain. So it's very good for focus, clarity, retention, memory, and it also makes you feel joyous and uplifted, uplifts the spirit.
Well, I really do like the idea of feeling joyous and happy and having scents around that are so delightful that help me not only psychologically but chemically, with real science behind it that elevates the different effects in my body. Am I getting that right?
Yes. If we can get our own brain's chemistry to produce our own serotonin, melatonin, things like this, our bodies love it and receive it very, very well. I have liquid teas that are internal, yeah, so you can put on the tongue as a breath drop or in warm water and sniff and get the benefits and drink them. And those do really wonderful things for our digestive system, immune function, things like this. And then essential oils can also be put on topically to reduce inflammation, put oxygen to the cells, circulation, things like this. So by way of the olfactory, internal, and external. So that's...
Well, I'm sure like people are watching this just like me and thinking, I want to be happier, I want to feel better. And I got to tell you, I have so many bottles of essential oils because I love scents. How can people find you in the world to get these wonderful products?
Well, I do travel all around the United States doing shows because I love one-on-one and talking to people. So people can go on to my website and check out where I'm going to be, and that's ravenscroftessentials.com.
Would you spell that for them?
RAVENSCROFT. Essentials, ESCENTIALS.com, ravenscroftessentials.com.
For the spelling impaired, see, that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
You can also see these links at the end of this segment, also on our website, so you can get these amazing aromatherapy products for yourself. You know, not all essential oils are the same, and these products are of an incredible high quality. They are pure, and they really are going to give you results. I hope you take a look at these and try one for yourself.
Try some elevation. Close eyes, breathe. Jasmine, rose, sandalwood, frankincense. So that's producing serotonin.
Oh my God,
now.
that is absolutely lovely. I am so serious.
Yum, yum. Yeah.
I would like wear that as cologne. That is just beautiful.
Yes, delish.
Thank you, Ginger, so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
We have a question from Mary Beth. Let's take a look.
Hi Linda, hi Joseph. My name is Mary Beth and I'm from Walnut Creek, California. And I had a relative that passed away recently and I was wondering what happens to their spirit. does it stay around? And if so, how would I know?
You know, Mary Beth, that is really a great question. And when people do cross over, we often do wonder if their spirits are around us and how they interact with us. Now, I've already mixed up the cards and got them all ready for you. Let's take a look and see what your guides have to say, at least through my cards, in answer to this question for you. The first thing I want to tell you is that yeah, you have more than just departed ones around you. The very first thing you need to know is that there are many spirits around you, many guides around you. We're going to get to that in a little more detail in just a second. Your first card is courage, your second card is change. And so what this is going to tell you is that you need to have courage in your ability to communicate with and deal with and hear from spirits and entities from the other side. Because for you, it's not just dear departed loved ones. Now, you may ask yourself, why am I not hearing these spirits in a very direct way? And it's because of pain still around the heart where you're concerned. You have the Nine of Swords, which is cruelty. That's a 9 swords piercing the heart. And so the pain that is still there within your body is actually affecting you and blocking that information from coming through. Give yourself time where this is concerned. There's like no extra bonus points for rushing this process at all. What you do want to do is just relax into this. Let your own issues come up and out so that you can receive the information from the ethereal side. Now, this is your time to be doing this. This is your time to be reading about how to do this and practicing how to do this and making this happen for yourself. The universe is going to give you real information, real guidance in the form of books, articles, and friends. I would even actually encourage you, because of the kind of cards you have, to really consider taking a workshop where you can explore this part of self more fully. Now, where you're concerned specifically, you've had many past lives. So this show is a perfect show for you. One of your past lives, you were very magical. You were, in my card system, the Daughter of Cups. So you were magical, ancient connection. You have great guides with you, connection to your own emotion, connection to magic. This lifetime, very long time ago, also allows you to be magical in this lifetime too. Your outcome card is the blank card. And the reason why that is significant is it's like an open and blank canvas. You can write anything you want onto that canvas, paint any picture that you want for your future. This says you can become as skilled as you wish in hearing entities from the other side, hearing loved ones that have departed directly yourself. You have this creation phase you're in. This is a year of new self and new ability, where your own psychic ability is concerned and where your ability to hear these voices and people from the other side. Now, of course, you always want to set a good boundary so that you only get the good spirits talking to you. This change for you is the 2012 year of change for you, Mary Beth. So welcome this change, embrace it, and step up energetically and psychically into this part of your new future for 2012. The short answer, you do have spirits around you, more than just departed loved ones. The nice part about this answer, you can be able to hear them perfectly.
The relationship we have with our loved ones while they're in life, before they pass over, usually dictates their interactions with us once they get to the other side. And they connect with us in many different ways, but oftentimes we're so busy with life that we don't really see how they're coming around us. One of the ways that's very common that a loved one will come around us after they've transitioned to the other side is with what I call a blanket of love, where you'll be doing something and out of the blue, you have this overwhelming thought of them, this overwhelming emotion encompassing you. And that overwhelming feeling is oftentimes them bringing you comfort and them letting you know that they really are around. And what we like to do is chalk it up to, I am missing them so much, and that's why I got very sad at that moment. But if we start to recognize that just maybe they're coming in with this hug, this spiritual hug that they're giving us, we'll start to connect even to more things that they do to show us that they're actually around us. Another way they can come through is through electronics. If you're riding in your car and your radio starts playing the song that was their song or your and their song, and you think to yourself, what a coincidence that is that that song is playing at this moment, that's another way that they can come through, just to touch us a little bit and let us know that they're still there with us. The most popular way I think that they like to come in to visit us is in our dream time, because almost everybody has had that experience where they come in through our dream time and you wake up after having this dream and you say to yourself, oh my God, it was just like I was with them. It was just like they were really here. And that's because you really were visiting with them. And when you come out of that dreamy sleep and you start to think about what they told you and what your interaction was while you were visiting with them, it had everything to do with them letting you know that they still exist and they love you and they're always with you.
We hope that that helped answer your question.
I hope so.
You know, we want to answer your questions and address your topics. You know, if you want to give us a question that you want answered personally or a topic you want us to look into, we are so easy to find. You can find me at my website, which is questtarot.com. That's QUESTTAROT.com. Or you can send me an email at joseph@questtarot.com.
And you can find me on my website, that's siteforhealing.com, SITEFOR healing.com, or you can email me at linda@siteforhealing.com. You can watch this program by tuning in to accesssacramento.org the second and fourth Thursdays of the month at 9:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And don't forget to watch our sister show, Paranormal Connection, with host Donna Wilberg at the same time.
And of course, you can follow us on Facebook by searching for Joseph Ernest Martin or Linda Potter. You can find us on YouTube, many video clips, by searching for Paranormal Insights, or of course, our names. And you can also see us on Vimeo in high definition, full-length video, especially if you have one of those smart TVs or really fast internet connections.
And we want to hear from you. We want to bring you our paranormal insights and answers beyond the ordinary.